Wake up! It's time to shake off the warmth and get cold. You heard me right. We're not here to get comfortable. We're here to become cold, strong, tough, and unstoppable. Listen up, because I'm about to share 6 ways you can become cold. Not the shivering, teeth-chattering kind of cold. I'm talking about the kind of cold that makes you untouchable, unshakable, and unstoppable. Number 1, face your fears head on. You know that thing that scares you? That thing that makes your heart race and your palms sweat? That's exactly what you need to do. Fear is just a feeling. It's not real. It's all in your head. But you know what is real? The strength you gain when you push through that fear. Every time you face a fear, you're building a shield around yourself. A shield that protects you from doubt, from weakness, from giving up. That's what being cold is all about. It's about being so strong that nothing can touch you, nothing can break you. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to make a list of everything that scares you. Everything, big or small, it doesn't matter. Write it all down. And then, one by one, you're going to face those fears. You're scared of public speaking. Sign up for a speech contest, afraid of heights, go skydiving, terrified of failure. Start that business you've been dreaming about. Every time you face a fear, you're telling your mind, I'm in control here, not you. And bit by bit, you'll start to feel that coldness creeping in, that toughness, that unshakable confidence. Number 2, build your mental toughness. Your mind is like a muscle. The more you work at it, the stronger it gets. And when we're talking about becoming cold, we're talking about having a mind of steel. A mind that doesn't crack under pressure, doesn't crumble when things get tough. So how do you build mental toughness? You push yourself every single day. You set goals that scare you, goals that make you think there's no way I can do that, and then you do it anyway. Start small. Set a goal to wake up an hour earlier every day for a week, then 2 weeks, then a month. Push yourself to read a book a week, to learn a new skill every month, to run a mile further than you did yesterday. Every time you reach a goal, you're building that mental toughness. You're proving to yourself that you can do hard things, that you can push through discomfort, that you can be cold. And here's the secret. It's not about the goals themselves. It's about who you become in the process of achieving those goals. You become someone who doesn't give up, someone who doesn't make excuses, someone who's cold. Number 3, embrace discomfort. Comfort is the enemy of growth. It's the enemy of becoming cold. You want to be warm and cozy. Go sit on your couch and watch TV. But if you want to be cold, if you want to be tough, if you want to be unstoppable, you need to embrace discomfort. This means doing things that make you uncomfortable. Taking cold showers. Fasting for 24 hours. Sleeping on the floor instead of your comfortable bed. Working out until your muscles burn and then doing 1 more rep. Why? Because discomfort is where growth happens. It's where you find out what you're really made of. It's where you become cold. Think about it. When life throws challenges at you, are you going to be ready if you've spent all your time in your comfort zone? No way. But if you've been embracing discomfort, if you've been purposely putting yourself in tough situations, you'll be ready for anything. So start small. Take a cold shower tomorrow morning, just for 30 seconds. Then a minute the next day, then 2 minutes. Push yourself a little further each time. Feel that discomfort and know that it's making you stronger, tougher, colder. Number 4, develop unbreakable discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's what separates the dreamers from the doers. And when we're talking about becoming cold, discipline is non-negotiable. Discipline means doing what needs to be done. When it needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It means sticking to your commitments, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. So how do you develop this kind of discipline? You start by making promises to yourself and keeping them, no matter what. You say you're going to wake up at 5 a.m., you do it, even if you're tired, even if it's cold outside, even if you didn't sleep well. You say you're going to work out 5 days a week, you do it, even when you're busy, even when you're stressed, even when you don't feel like it. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you're building that discipline. You're becoming someone who can be relied on, someone whose word means something, someone who's cold. And here's the thing about discipline. It spills over into every area of your life. When you're disciplined in one area, it becomes easier to be disciplined in others. It becomes a part of who you are. So start today. Make a promise to yourself, something small, something achievable, and then keep that promise no matter what. Do this every day and watch as that discipline grows as you become colder, tougher, more unstoppable. Number 5, learn to control your emotions. Being cold doesn't mean not having emotions. It means not letting those emotions control you. It means being able to feel the fear, the anger, the doubt, and still do what needs to be done. This is where a lot of people falter. They let their emotions dictate their actions. They're having a bad day, so they skip their workout. They're feeling discouraged, so they give up on their goals. They're angry, so they lash out and damage their relationships. But not you. Not anymore. You're becoming cold, remember? And cold people, they feel the emotions, but they don't let those emotions drive the car. So how do you do this? It starts with awareness. Start paying attention to your emotions. When you feel an emotion coming on, name it. I'm feeling angry right now. I'm feeling scared. Just the act of naming the emotion can help you gain some distance from it. Then ask yourself, is this emotion helping me or hurting me right now? If it's not helping you, choose not to act on it. Choose to do what needs to be done anyway. This takes practice, a lot of practice. But every time you choose action over emotion, you're becoming a little bit colder, a little bit tougher. Try this time you're feeling lazy and don't want to work out. Name that feeling. I'm feeling lazy right now. Then choose to work out anyway. Feel the laziness, acknowledge it, and then do what needs to be done despite it. That's what being cold is all about. It's about being in control, no matter what you're feeling. Number 6, develop a growth mindset. This is the foundation of becoming cold. A growth mindset means believing that you can improve, that your abilities aren't fixed, that with effort and persistence you can get better at anything. People with a fixed mindset, they give up when things get tough. They believe that if they're not naturally good at something, they'll never be good at it. But people with a growth mindset, they see challenges as opportunities to grow. They see failures as lessons. And that's exactly what you need to become cold. You need to see every obstacle as a chance to get stronger, every setback as a setup for a comeback. So how do you develop this mindset? It starts with your self-talk. Pay attention to the way you talk to yourself. When you face a challenge, do you say, I can't do this, or do you say, I can't do this yet, but I can learn? Start changing your self-talk. Add the word yet to your vocabulary. I'm not good at public speaking yet. I haven't achieved my goals yet. This simple word opens up possibilities. It reminds you that with effort and persistence, you can improve. Then start seeking out challenges. Don't shy away from things because they're hard. Embrace them because they're hard. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become colder. And when you fail, because you will fail, we all do, don't see it as a reflection of your worth. See it as a valuable lesson. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to get better? This growth mindset, it's like a superpower. It allows you to bounce back from setbacks, to persist in the face of obstacles, to keep pushing forward when others would give up. It's what allows you to become truly cold. Now let's bring all of this together. Becoming cold isn't something that happens overnight. It's a process, it's a journey, and it's not always going to be easy. There will be days when you want to give up, when you want to go back to being warm and comfortable. But remember why you started this journey. Remember that being cold means being strong, being tough, and being unstoppable. It means being the kind of person who can face any challenge, overcome any obstacle, achieve any goal. So let's recap these 6 ways to become cold. 1, face your fears head on. Don't run from what scares you. Run towards it. Every fear you conquer makes you stronger, colder. 2, build your mental toughness. Push yourself every day. Set goals that scare you and then crush them. Your mind is a muscle. Work it. 3, embrace discomfort. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Seek out discomfort. Live in it. Thrive in it. 4, develop unbreakable discipline. Do what needs to be done when it needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Your word to yourself should be unbreakable. 5, learn to control your emotions. Feel them, but don't let them control you. You're in charge, not your feelings. 6, develop a growth mindset. Believe in your ability to improve. See challenges as opportunities. Never stop learning. Never stop growing. These 6 ways, they're not easy. They're not supposed to be. They're supposed to challenge you, to push you, to make you uncomfortable. Because that's where growth happens. That's where you become cold. So here's my challenge to you is pick one of these 6 ways, just one, and commit to working on it for the next 30 days. Maybe you decide to face one fear every day for a month. Maybe you commit to taking a cold shower every morning. Maybe you choose to work on your self-talk, adding yet to your vocabulary. Whatever you choose, commit to it fully, completely. No excuses, no backing out. For 30 days, give it everything you've got. And at the end of those 30 days, you know what you'll find. You'll be a little bit colder, a little bit tougher, a little bit more unstoppable. And that's just the beginning. Because once you see what you're capable of, once you feel that coldness starting to seep in, you won't want to stop. You'll want more. You'll be ready to take on the next challenge to push yourself even further. That's the beauty of becoming cold. It's not a destination, it's a journey of constant growth, constant challenge, constant improvement. So are you ready? Are you ready to leave behind the warmth and comfort of mediocrity? Are you ready to step into the cold, to become the strongest, toughest version of yourself? It won't be easy. There will be days when you want to quit, days when you question why you're doing this, days when the warmth of your old life calls to you. But remember this, on the other side of that discomfort, on the other side of those challenges, on the other side of those fears, that's where greatness lies. That's where you'll find the person you're meant to be. The cold, strong, unstoppable version of yourself. So take that first step. Make that commitment to yourself. Choose to become cold. Choose to become unstoppable. Choose to become the person you know you can be. Because here's the truth. The world doesn't reward average people. The world doesn't celebrate mediocrity. The world remembers the cold ones. The ones who pushed through when others gave up. The ones who faced their fears when others ran away. The ones who kept going when everyone else stopped. Be that person. Be cold. Be unstoppable. Be great. The journey starts now. The choice is yours. Will you stay warm and comfortable, or will you step into the cold and become unstoppable? I know what choice I did make. I choose cold. I chose tough. I choose unstoppable. What do you choose? Becoming cold isn't about being cruel or unfeeling. It's about being strong enough to weather any storm. It's about being tough enough to face any challenge. It's about being unstoppable in the pursuit of your goals and dreams. So as you go forward from here, as you start implementing these 6 ways to become cold, remember why you're doing this. You're not doing it to impress others. You're not doing it because it's easy. You're doing it because you know that on the other side of cold is greatness. Every time you face a fear, every time you push through discomfort, every time you keep a promise to yourself, you're not just becoming colder. You're becoming stronger. You're becoming the person you were meant to be. And here's the amazing thing. As you become colder, as you become tougher and more disciplined, you'll start to see changes in every area of your life. Your relationships will improve because you'll be more reliable, more in control of your emotions. Your career will take off because you'll be the person who can be counted on to get things done, no matter what. Your health will improve because you'll have the discipline to stick to your diet and exercise routine. Becoming cold isn't just about being tough. It's about becoming the best version of yourself in every way. So embrace the cold, embrace the challenge, embrace the journey. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about progress. It's about waking up each day and choosing to be a little bit colder, a little bit tougher, a little bit more unstoppable than you were yesterday. Some days will be harder than others. Some days you might feel like you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But that's okay. That's part of the process. The only real failure is giving up. So don't give up. Keep pushing. Keep challenging yourself. Keep becoming colder. And one day, you'll look back on this moment, the moment when you decided to become cold, and you'll realize it was the best decision you ever made, because that decision led you to become the strong, disciplined, unstoppable person you are now. The person who doesn't make excuses, the person who doesn't back down from challenges, the person who keeps their word, especially to themselves, the person who controls their emotions instead of being controlled by them. The person who sees every obstacle as an opportunity to grow. That's the power of becoming cold. That's the power of the journey you're about to embark on. So take that first step. Make that commitment to yourself. Choose cold. Choose tough. Choose unstoppable. The world is waiting for you. The cold, strong, unstoppable you. Go out there and show them what you're made of. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your journey to becoming cold starts now. With the next choice you make, with the next challenge you face, with the next fear you conquer. You've heard the challenge. You've felt that fire ignite inside you. Now it's time to fan those flames into an inferno of unstoppable determination. Being cold isn't just a state of mind. It's a way of life. It's a commitment you make to yourself every single morning when you open your eyes. It's a promise you keep even when the world is trying to break you down. Think about the coldest substance on Earth, absolute zero. At that temperature, all molecular motion stops. Nothing moves. Nothing can touch it. That's what you're aiming for in your mind. A state so focused, so determined that nothing can shake you. But here's the kicker. You don't get there overnight. It's not about flipping a switch. It's about building that coldness day by day, decision by decision, challenge by challenge. Start with your mornings. The moment that alarm goes off, you have a choice. Do you hit snooze and stay warm and cozy? Or do you throw off those covers and embrace the cold? That's your first test of the day. Pass it. Every single time. Cold showers aren't just about physical discomfort. They're about training your mind to do what's hard, even when every instinct is screaming at you to do what's easy. Start with 30 seconds. Feel that shock to your system. Breathe through it, own it, then day by day push it further. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. That's how you build a cold. 1 second at a time, one choice at a time. Cold people don't set easy goals. They don't aim for what they know they can achieve. They aim for what scares them, what challenges them, what makes them think, can I really do this? So I want you to set a goal right now. Something that makes your heart race a little faster, something that makes you nervous just thinking about it. Got it? Good. Now double it. That's your new goal. Why? Because cold people don't just meet expectations. They shatter them. They redefine what's possible. They push the boundaries of human potential. But a goal without a plan is just a wish. So break that massive, scary goal down into steps. What do you need to do today to move towards it? This week, this month? Write it down, make it concrete, make it real. And then take action. Massive, immediate action. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel ready. Cold people know that readiness is a myth. You become ready by doing, not by waiting. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Failure. You're going to fail, probably a lot, and that's good, because cold people don't see failure as a stop sign. They see it as a detour, a chance to reassess, regroup, and come back stronger. Every time you fail, ask yourself, what did I learn? How can I use this? How does this make me stronger? Colder, more unstoppable? The path to becoming cold isn't a straight line. It's a series of ups and downs, twists and turns, but each challenge, each setback, each failure, it's all just making you colder, tougher, more resilient. Let's talk about your circle. The people you surround yourself with. Are they making you colder or keeping you warm? Are they pushing you to be better or letting you stay comfortable? Cold people surround themselves with other cold people. People who challenge them, people who don't accept excuses, people who push them to be better. So look at your circle. If there's anyone there who's holding you back, who's keeping you warm and comfortable, it's time to make some changes. It might be hard, it might be uncomfortable. But remember, cold people don't do what's easy. They do what's necessary. Now let's address your habits, your daily routines. Are they making you colder or keeping you warm? Cold people have cold habits. They wake up early, they work out consistently, they read, they learn, they push themselves every single day. So audit your habits. Look at how you spend your time. Is every minute moving you towards your goals? Is every action making you colder, tougher, more unstoppable? If not, it's time for a change. Start small. Pick one warm habit and replace it with a cold one. Maybe instead of scrolling social media before bed, you read a book. Instead of watching TV during lunch, you plan your next day. Small changes, consistently applied, lead to massive results. That's how you build cold. One habit at a time, one day at a time. Talk about your self-talk. The voice in your head, is it making you colder or keeping you warm? Is it pushing you forward or holding you back? Cold people have mastered their inner voice. They've turned it from a critic into a coach, from an obstacle into an ally. So pay attention to your thoughts. When you face a challenge, what does that voice say? Does it say, I can't do this? Or does it say, this is tough, but I'm tougher? Start training that voice. Every time you catch yourself thinking a warm thought, replace it with a cold one. Turn this is too hard into this is making me stronger. Turn I want to quit into I'm just getting started. Remember, your mind believes what you tell it. So tell it you're cold. Tell it you're tough. Tell it you're unstoppable. Cold people aren't fearless. They feel fear just like everyone else. The difference, they use it, they harness it, they turn it from an enemy into an ally. So the next time you feel fear, don't run from it. Don't try to ignore it. Face it head on, feel it, acknowledge it, and then use it as fuel. Let it drive you forward instead of holding you back. Remember, on the other side of fear is growth. On the other side of fear is strength. On the other side of fear is cold. Talk about resilience. The ability to bounce back, to keep going when everything and everyone is telling you to stop. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where you truly become. Resilience isn't about never getting knocked down. It's about how quickly you get back up. It's about taking the hit and coming back stronger. It's about turning setbacks into comebacks. So how do you build resilience? You seek out challenges, you put yourself in tough situations, you do hard things, and when life knocks you down, because it will, you get back up every single time. Remember, the oak that never bent in the wind snaps in the storm, but the willow that bends becomes stronger, more resilient, colder. Now, as you wrap up, I want you to think about why you're doing this. Why do you want to become cold? Is it for achievements, the recognition, the success? Those are all good reasons, but they're not enough. They won't keep you going when things get tough. When the world is against you, when every fiber of your being is screaming at you to give up, no, you need something deeper, something stronger, something colder. You're doing this because it's who you are. It's who you're meant to be. You're doing this because the world needs cold people, people who don't back down, people who don't give up, people who redefine what's possible. You're doing this because every time you get colder, every time you get tougher, every time you become more unstoppable, you're not just changing yourself, you're changing the world. So embrace the cold, embrace the challenge, embrace the journey, because you're not just becoming cold, you're becoming unstoppable, you're becoming great, you're becoming you. Now get out there and show the world what cold really means. Show them what you're made of. Show them what's possible when you refuse to stay warm and comfortable. The world is waiting. The cold is calling. Answer it. Embrace it. Become it. You've got this. Now go make it happen.